remember the words right now. What are they? Let me have a look. Night Owl by Gerry Rafferty. Do do do. The original song is in B major. Listening to the video, nearly got the words coming up. Night comes down. Okay. So like Gerry Rafferty, if the video is correct, I'm tuned down a semitone. So E's down to E flat, A's down to A flat, etc. So if you don't have a piano, or you're not comfortable with that kind of we're tuning just down a semitone by ear like I do, then just use a tuner and tune to everything but stick a flat in front of it. E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. Next thing, so is when I play a little bit excitable, made the mistake of playing a little bit too fast. Let me just play what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was playing Too Jolly. It's a mistake I commonly make, often make. Just have to remember how the tempo of something should be. You know, it's too easy to go fast. Anyway, so this is very close to the original in feel. So open 6th string and open 3rd string, play them thumb and finger. I'm thumb and fingering fingerstyle throughout. Next chord, so that is a C, first inversion, kinda, only 2 notes of the chord though. Next, the melody is string 3 open, string 3 fret 2, and string 2 open. I'm going to do a slur or hammer on the 1st and 2nd notes. So open, hammer on to 2, or G, A, slur. Move the finger down quickly, apply the pressure, keep it there. Sorry about the mistake. That might not be the correct articulation, but it's what sticks in my head at the moment. So it's clean G, clean and long A, this is what I meant by clean. And then on the B, string 2 open, the first note, I pluck it and put my first finger back on, almost straight away, to get a detached note, not a super staccato note, but I do put it back on and then play again. So that little bit on its own. I'll have to kill some of the resonances, the sympathetic vibrations, so you can hear what's going on. Bass line is open 6th E, string 1 on fret 6 F, and string 6 fret 3 G. So the bass line is 0133. And I'm going to do a double hammer on. So not only do we have open 3rd, hammer on 2, I'm going to open 6, hammer on 1. Play them together, thumb and finger on the right hand there. Sorry, again. And the detached sound I mentioned on, I'm going to put that into the rest of the hand. So we've got, when we hit the G, first chord is F there, the second chord rather, so E, that's C major with an E bass, implied F major there, and then a G major. I'm playing 4 strings now to thicken up the chord, 6, 4, 3 and 2, and I play all thumb 3 fingers at once and put the fingers back on fairly rapidly to get, as I say, not a very staccato sound but a detached sound. Putting that together, so I can get this tight and get it right. right hand this time, the thumb, to bring in some of the bass line and the rhythm section as a whole. I'm going to have to work on that, aren't I? Because my first finger is drifting forward to fret 2. I'm going to bring my elbow in a bit to my side to remind myself to find that F more easily. If I lift my elbow out to my side, look at that first finger, look what happens if I don't try to do anything with it. You see how it drifts forward? So the elbow position is going to help me to get that F every time on fret 1. Back to what I was trying to tell you about. I'm pretty sure that's what happens in the original. I'm still going too fast. By the way, if you are playing this live to somebody, it definitely, message to self, helps to use your body to feel the groove, move to it. I'll put the original on just for a second. YouTube, Night Owl, just so we can feel together the pace, the tempo of the whole thing. It'll probably have an advert, so I'll mute that. Here it comes. Advert, let's get rid of that. It should be very soon. Yes, it's coming up. We've got one short advert, and here we go. Skip. Just to get the tempo. I'll turn the volume up as well. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's a familiar name. Hello. You've already told me how to pronounce your name, but I'll say Dannon. Sorry about that. Can I make that any easier on myself? No, I'm just being lazy. Just got to think about it. Not lazy, careless. So I let the third chord, C, F, the G, sustain. The acoustic guitar's going to help an awful lot. While I play the third G chord there, 6, 4, 3 and 2, while the notes of the G major chord are sustaining, I can now play a bit of bass. Repeat. Next, so I'm trying to maintain the or I haven't listened to the original enough to be sure which one I wanted or whether I want both. So there's no yet. It's in the drums, but it's not on the bass. Okay. It's pretty flexible. It varies a lot, so you can imitate the rhythm section or not. If you're singing in time, you can miss an awful lot of rhythms out. Anyway, almost at the end of the intro here. We've done C, F and G. Then we have, which is actually a C major with a G in the bass, so it's a second inversion C major chord. String 2 fret 1, string 4 fret 2. And as a lot of people will do, like I did for years, C major could be played like this, with little finger on string 5 fret 3 and third finger on string 6 fret 3. But it is actually a second inversion chord. Generally, I like these days to play a C major and be deliberate about choosing whether I'm going to play a first root position chord with a C in the bass, in other words playing the 5-string version of C, or whether I actually really want the 6-string version, which has a different feel. At this point in the song, it's very important, I think. Here it comes. We don't want to get back to C. We don't want to play a C in root position with the C in the bass yet, because we're getting there. The whole point of this is an extended G chord to tell us, so we're getting ready for the C that's coming up. This is a stretched out cadence, 5/1 cadence from G to C. You notice I was speeding every time I played. One more time. I'll skip the next one. Here we go. And so you play string 6, 4, 3, 2, and you can, well, I was going to say you can do it with both hands, but I do. What I do is I play the chord with the right hand, put my fingers back on fairly smartly, not too soon. Sometimes I will mute the chord on the left hand side. I stop pressing and I use my little finger in a line, a straight line, to kill the strings. Often I do both. You can just do it with the right hand. Probably best. So we've got the C with a G bass. Then we have a G7. To be able to play this, it's still just decorating a G really. As I say, we're just delaying the arrival of the verse, going from G in the intro to C in the verse when it's solidly in C. To do this G7, I switch my fingers around. Use my second finger on string 6 fret 3. I'll just get the others out of the way. String 6 fret 3. My third finger or ring finger is on the F on string 4 fret 3. Let me just point it out here. I don't have cameras to show you the proper, a clear view. And then string 2 fret 3 there, coming around the front. And that's what it looks like from there. That's what it looks like from over there. Not helpful. Maybe there's a little better. You may have to do some zooming in for this. But we've got fingers 2, 3 and 4. Then, keeping the G going, string 6 fret 3 G, I'm going to have to switch my fingers around again. So I'm going to put my third finger on the G, and now I'm going to play strings 6, 3 and 1. 3 and 1 are open strings, it's a G and an E, and then I'm playing string 1 fret 1. This is an F over a G or G11. Just to go back to something I said right at the beginning, first glance at the song, Gerry Rafferty, he tuned his guitar down semitone. Yeah. So although it looks like I'm playing C, F, G, C, if you use a tuner or a piano, you'll realise that we're actually playing B, F sharp. What am I playing? Yeah, B, E, F sharp. But ignore that, just assume that these chords are what they look like, and just have to have different names if you're playing up to pitch. I will almost certainly always include a C in that F chord, F over G there, on string 2 fret 1. So instead, what I'll do is play string 1 and 2 on a barre, finger 1 covering both strings at fret 1. It does look an awful lot like I'm way back from the fret on string 1. This guitar is very forgiving, so I don't have to worry about it. You might not have one that's adjusted or has an action set really low, so watch out for getting too far back from fret 1 on string 1, because you may end up with not pressing hard enough and end up with a muffled or buzzy sound. So you might have to press quite hard at that position, or you might want to adjust and bring the finger round, and so that you can feel the fret against the side of your finger on strings 1 and 2. String 3 fret 2 with the second finger, and then finally string 6 fret 3. And I'm plucking strings 6, 3, 2 and 1. From the beginning. I have to watch out for that first. Moving on, here we go. Yeah. Because I was using the 3 finger version of F, 3 note F, I realised that it's best to play the open 3 strings, 1, 2 and 3, before it. If you're a real chord head and you want to know exactly what chord you're playing all the time, even though this is a passing chord, really we're playing a G7 and then an F, but just briefly to go from the D to the E, F. The chord filling out the E, the note E in between the passing note from D to F, sounds best if the harmonies continue. So you've got 3 voices here on the G7. It sounds best to keep those voices going. So 3 voices here, strings 3, 2 and 1, and 3 voices on F from the beginning. I'll slur this one. I'll try not to get a squeak this time. Okay, here we go. Except I did hear the F, did you? You shouldn't have. Great. On to the verse. Finally, we reach C. Great sense of resolution, isn't it? Still no resolution, no resolution, no resolution, and finally, night comes down, find you alone. In the verse, we start on a C major, playing strings 5, 3, 2 and 1. Standard C major shape. Find you alone. On G, it's string 6 fret 3 and the open 4, 3 and 2. Find you alone. And all the time I'm trying to think of to get the rhythm section present in the song. In space and time, that's the same as the intro. From G to C over G to G7. Time of your own. And what I do to make it easy on myself, and it sounds great anyway, on time of your own, on own, you're playing F. But you don't need the full bar A. It's the same as when you're playing in, well, I'm playing in A last time, no, D. It's the same thing as in B minor. For the F here, because I'm plucking strings 6, 5, 4 and 3, and not 2 or 1, I don't need to do a full bar A. So like a lot of people, I will avoid bar A's if I can. Oh, hi Kenneth. So all I'm doing here is an E major shape. If you're not comfortable with any chords at all and you just dropped in on the video, just Google an E major chord. I'll tell you now though, string 3 fret 1, string 5 fret 2 with the second finger, and string 4 fret 2 with the third finger. in a sort of boot shape. Looks like a boot to me. Makes me think of Italy. And what you do is you slide it up 1 fret, all the fingers, so 1 semitone. Use the last 3 fingers of your hand, don't use your first finger, and then place the first finger on string 6, fret 1. It's an incredibly rich chord on the guitar. Just playing 6, 5, 4 and 3. Thumb and 3 fingers. I put a G in between. Let's just have a listen to the track. Lost in Dreams. Lost in Dreams. Do I do that because I'm listening to the whole harmony, or how obvious is it? Not very obvious. I don't think it's there. Oh, well it is, in as much as Gerry Rafferty sings Lost in Dreams, and the bass line's Lost in Dreams, F, G, A, and I filled it out. I think let's try getting closer to what his band did. So I try to keep the F and try to just move the bass line. Lost in. Can you hear any of the F? Ooh. No, there's an F in there. That's lovely. I think that's what happens. So what he does is he keeps on with the F. The bass player plays F, G. So he doesn't play a G. The harmony isn't a G. It's actually an F over G again. So it's Lost in Dreams. Got that love. Lost in. One more check. Yeah. Lost in Dreams, which is great. So you'll hear, listen to the track a lot and you'll hear Lost in Dreams. So you'll hear, if it was a voice, if someone was singing it, they'd sing Lost in Dreams or Lost in Dreams. I do hear Lost in Dreams, and he sings Lost in Dreams. So the parts move in contrary motion, which is always satisfying. Lost in Dreams. That leads me to think a bit more about this. Lost in. Ah, yeah, but the bass goes up, doesn't it? That's right, yeah. Lost in. So that's more faithful to the original, and it's much richer. So lost is F, in is G7, string 6 fret 3 and string 4 fret 3, open 2nd and 3rd. Anything happening with it? Oh, sorry, the C. I just want to have a quick listen. No, I can't hear it. It's not important. So, yeah, A minor next. Dreams. A minor, string 2 fret 1, string 4 fret 2 and string 3 fret 2. Open 5th string, thumb, 3 fingers. A world full of shadows. Well, certainly the bass lines. What's going on? Yeah, I can't see. I think it's just F. Yeah. Lost in Dreams, A minor. In a world, G. Full, string 6 fret 3 and 3 open strings, 2, 3 and 4. Full of, back to F. Shadows is E minor F. String 5 fret 2, string 4 fret 2. Strings 6, 5, 4 and 3. And then up to F again. Shadows, mostly playing thumb and fingers all at the same time. Oh, right. Down. I'm learning a lot here. On Down the Street is A minor. So pluck 5, 4, 3, 2. Down, back to G again. The street, the neon light shine. Sorry, John, for some reason I can't hear you. Okay, right. There might be a transmission problem here. When I've finished, I'll go back and have a listen. Perhaps I'll just kind of leave it there. I'll just skip to the chorus now. This is to give some clues, so it's not a complete session on how to play it, but that, if you can play that for us there, then you pretty much got it. Chorus, and C, O, G. I feel a little lonely when the G song gets slow. F again, G again, and C over G. End up looking for somewhere to go. Repeat those chords. Guess I should know better, but I can't say no. No. Oh, right, okay, so Kenneth, it's your problem, unfortunately. As Anthony Bowles pointed out to me years back, when you don't hear something clear on your phone, don't always feel that it's your fault or that it's one particular person's fault, because there's quite a big chain of events for the signal, especially when it needs to get boosted from one place to another. So there are stations in between. Imagine the signal, what it must be like. There are boosting stations, not that they're called that, I expect, with a cable going underneath the Atlantic, for example. Obviously the signal's got to be boosted a bit. Somebody told me that there's a copper component to the cable as well. So there's always going to be a hard line. I don't know anything about that, I'm not sure. That gives you... Right, yeah, Kenneth, you are actually coming through. I get your messages, everything's looking great. And the only other thing to say, I've given you the components of the song, is have a listen to each instrument, as I said in the previous video, and see what you can pick up from, especially from the bass guitar and the keyboard, because they're often playing harmonies, and playing in following each other in thirds, whether it's compound thirds, i.e. tenths, or not. But basically they're listening to the melody, and sometimes they're playing the melody and sometimes they're harmonizing. So for example, in a time and space of your own, and you'll hear which is... So listen to the keyboard especially, and you might hear in a time instead of... let's see if you can hear that. I could be just imagining it. Okay. Yeah. It's not taken literally. The melody, the rhythm of the melody. I'll go from the start. And the keyboard plays, doesn't play, it plays. Lost in dreams, only comes in on In Dreams, already is playing a D. Listen out to each of the parts. Look at the live video. I've got official video on the computer here. It gives you a lot of insights into how to get the feel of the song. And of course, in the end, the feel is going to be up to you. It's what you want to do. You don't need to do all this fancy finger picking. But I just like it because it helps. I don't know, it just feels good. It brings in more of the arrangement. Let's do it without any. Let's see, straight chords. What are the first words? It's gone out of my head. I'm very excited about this song. Night comes down. Right, okay. Should know that, shouldn't I? Night out, night comes down. Okay, no fancy bits, just the chords as is. C, G, Won't even do a G7. Night comes down and finds you alone in a space and time of your own, lost in dreams in a world full of shadows. The rhythm there was because I ran out of voice because I was using a tiny bit of my lung powder. Night comes down and finds you alone in a space and time of your own, lost in dreams in a world full of shadows. It does sound a bit bare, doesn't it, without those additional notes. Night comes down and finds you alone in a space and time of your own, lost in dreams in a world full of shadows. That is going on the other guitar. Shadows, or something very much like it. That's the last thing I'll mention. Let me just have a listen to see if you can hear something like ba-da-doo, ba-da-doo. Here it comes. I did do Miss Shivrov. Okay. Yes. So the other guitar is playing something like. Not too high, there isn't any for the F, there isn't a different inversion. Enough of that, so that's how to play, or some of Night Owl, some ideas. I haven't sung The Mystery of Love for ages, Stanley, so I can't do it at the moment. Time is running along, so that'll have to be it for now. Things are reasonably okay here. Yeah, a bit of bad mood here and there, but other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah, so I hope that helps you. Bit of a weird session, but I hope it gave you some sort of insights, because I'm always repeating myself and talking about articulations and things with the right hand. The more you hear these techniques explained over and over, the better it is for you. I will probably say the most important thing to take out of this is watch out for your own tempo. This is a message to myself. You know, did you notice that there was just that feeling rushing along, just that little bit? I had to keep pulling it back. Did you hear there? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo on the keyboard. That's the thing I was mentioning. Well, thanks, Stanley. I will be playing more this week. Do look me up, share, spread the word. I'm playing quite a bit these days. I've got, roughly speaking, 7 albums out, and I've got 3 more coming up this year. And all being well, one's coming out in the next few weeks. Could well be in 3 weeks' time. Things have dragged on a bit, but that's how it is when you're trying to complete something. I might be doing some sharing on a mastering session for the first album tomorrow. It just depends on whether my friend Paul's got the time, because he's got a lot of other things on. But certainly, you know, only a matter of weeks before the first one comes out. So do look it out and let people know that it's on the way. Look on Bandcamp, there's some albums on there. Just stick my name in, and probably my name plus the word guitar. That will do the trick for most of it. If you actually want to make any donations to help me towards the cost of being alive, then probably Bandcamp is easiest. Yeah, you know, buy an album and just pay whatever you want. Yeah, so there we go. So yeah, lots of love, and you see you soon. I'm off to get a pie of squash, I think. See ya.